Hi there and welcome back. It's Lisa from Critters'n Ink Designs in Ontario, Canada. It is absolutely a beautiful sunny day here. It's cold. It's well below zero, but I'm okay with that. I don't have to go anywhere. um, I just fixed my thingy here. Okay. A couple things before I get started. We're going to make this cute little treat box today. Look at how stinking cute this is. Isn't that cute? I love it. So I have an event coming up this weekend and I'm making these little boxes for the ladies. So I'm just going to scooch down to my desk. I've got to show you my new catalog came. This is going to be the new January to April mini. And I can't show you what's inside. We're not allowed to according to the rules, but one of the things that's in here is there is a new program called Product of the Month, and that actually starts today. But I can show you the product of the month, and that is this beautiful paper, True Blue Florals. It's 12 by 12. And you can purchase this with a qualifying order of at least $100. So anything over $100 in Canada you'll get a prompt to add this to your order if you want to for only $5. And it's absolutely beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And so I have an order sitting in my cart and I've added this paper and I just have to figure out, my cart's a little heavy-handed at the moment. So I need to go in there and edit it a little bit, but that will be going out today. I can't wait to get this paper and show it to you in real life. Another thing that I need to show you is Cyber Monday. So starting yesterday until the 9th, there was a really honkin' deal on Paper Pumpkin. So if you are not a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, what it is a monthly subscription for like a kit. And each month it's a themed kit. So like in October and November, it was like seasonal. And then the one for December is a floral, I believe. I had a picture of it, but I thought I'd put it in here and I did not. Sorry about that. But so the one for December is actually, I believe it is a floral. And then, come January, it's going to be probably Valentine's, things like that. We never know what's going to be in the kit until shortly before. There's usually a screening. But it's like a magazine. Every month you get a subscription and it comes to your home. And everything that you need to do that kit will be in the box. So the sale's crazy. Look at this for that. I always purchase a 12-month. Otherwise, I'd be jumping right on this. It's $331 for a whole year, but it's normally $441. That's a savings of 110 bucks. Like, holy Dinah. So obviously I can't just hold on to my other one for a year and grab this new one because it's going to start like with December's Paper Pumpkin. So I would love to be able to pause my current one and grab this deal and then pick up my current one again at the end of the 12 months, but it doesn't work that way, unfortunately. So that's that one. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I need to remind you of, and I actually don't think that there is. Nothing's coming to mind. But so yesterday I posted a video of how to make my little snowflakes for my swag. And then on my blog this morning, I posted pictures of the snowflakes and how to put them together. So you just punch holes and put ribbon and swag them together. Isn't that cute? So the video is posted on YouTube and on my blog from yesterday. And yeah, so that's that one. Oh, hi, Donna. So I have someone watching. Nice to see you. So let me go down to my desk and I'm going to show you again what we're making today. So we're making these little Hershey Nuggets, little candy snowmen. Aren't they cute? Too cute. So that's what we're making. So to do this, these are super simple. I'll put my little box together back here. So I just thought, I thought the little toques were super cute. I think I got this idea from Julie DiMatteo, I think, who is a demonstrator in the States. I'm not sure where. And she does all kinds of packaging, little candy packages all the time. She's great. So this time I'm going to, I couldn't decide if I wanted to do it in Poppy Parade or Real Red, but I think I'm going to do the Real Red. So you need a piece of cardstock that is 7 by 4 3/4 and a piece of window sheet that is 3 1/8 by 5 1/4. And I'll have the dimensions written down for you on my blog and in the description as well. So let me grab my Simply Scored. So I've got my Simply Scoreboard here. I'm going to get myself out of the way here. Let me see if I can move me out of here a little bit. There, a little bit out of the way, I guess. You know what? I'm going to take myself right out of there. I'll go over here. How's that? Okay, so I've got my Real Red. And I have my scoring tool. And I'm going to score this at 3/4 of an inch. I'm going to use this small one. This tool has two different sides, a small one and a big one. So I'm going to use the small one. So I'm going to score it at 3/4 all the way around. Oops. Like this. And then I'm going to score it again at 1 1/2. So I'm going to go to 1 1/2. Is that right? Yes. 1 1/2. Yep, that's right. Okay, 1 1/2. Sorry, I just have to think about that for a minute. 1 1/2. So then that gives me my little box here will fit there. So we just need to cut out our little corners there. And then I'm going to take my window sheet and I'm going to score that at 3/4 on all sides. So 3/4. You might have better luck scoring this with your trimmer, just because it is a little bit, I have thick window sheet here. I have the Stampin' Up! Window sheet. It's pretty thick. So I'm just going at 3/4 of an inch all the way around. There. Okay. So that's it for the scoreboard. All right, so let's prepare our box. So you can see the scoring lines. Can you see? Yeah. All right. So I'm going to cut up to my scoring lines. I'm going to cut up to that second score line. So I'm going to do it on here and here, and then okay, so I'm going to cut off this whole piece right here. So let me go ahead and cut that off on both sides. And then I'm going to trim away this little box here. So we have two of our little boxes here. I'm going to cut off the bottom one. just going to cut that off. And then I'm just going to wedge this little corner just a tiny bit, just to relieve some of the bulk when we go to fold it in. There, so like that, right? And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So I'm going to cut this little piece off, and then I'm just going to wedge up a tiny bit on both sides. And we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So I'm just going to cut right up to that first score line. And cut that very straight here. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to cut off the score part just because it's bulky. Okay, and I'm going to cut this corner right off, and then this bottom little square, and then just wedge it up a tiny bit. And same thing, we're going to cut off this. I find with between the glare from I have a big window in here, and the lights from above, I have trouble sometimes seeing the score lines. All right, so I'm just going to wedge that out a little bit on both sides. And there's our box. So let me get rid of this. So I'm just going to grab my bone folder here. And I'm going to fold all of my score lines and get everything well folded. And I can see here, I don't know if you can see, the score line is there. I'm just going to trim off that little bit of the score line because that's just a little bit of bulk that I don't need. So let me just go in there and just give that a little quick trim. It's not going to affect the box, other than if I did try to fold that in there with that score line in there, it would be a little bit bulky. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side as well. That's what I mean, like it's hard to see the score line with the glare of the lights. There. Okay, where was I? Here we go. So finish burnishing these. Now you can use tear and tape to make your box. I'm a liquid girl, kind of liquid glue kind of person. I prefer my liquid glue. So I'm going to put glue on both of these. Oh, sorry, both of these tabs. So this one and this one. So let me grab some liquid glue here. And I'm just going to put glue on both of these. And then I'm going to fold this in and tuck in that tab and make sure that when I line it up, the fold is right on the square part of the box side, if you get my drift. Okay, I'm just going to hold that for a minute. Again, you can use tear and tape if you like. I personally prefer liquid glue, but that's just me. And then same thing on the other side. I'm just going to bring that piece right in like that and make sure that it's square. The side is square to the fold like that. Super cute. And then do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to put my tabs down, add some glue. My glue seems to be liquidy today. And then I'm just going to tuck that in like that. Just hold it for a sec. There we go. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. So now I'm just going to push down these two. Whoops, my thing just popped open. Let me just hold that for a second. Okay, so now along these edges, this is where you could use tear and tape. I like to use the liquid glue because to me it's a better bond, but you could use, just put tear and tape along here if you want to, but I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on these 4 tabs. And this is just going to hold them in place. Like this. And there we go. So there is our little box, and I'm just going to use my bone folder and just burnish that down. Just force it into submission, if you will. There, so there's the base of our box. Super simple, right? So now I need my, couldn't find it. I need my window sheet. And so we scored it. You can just see the score lines there. Maybe if I put it on. Yeah, you can see my score lines there. So I'm going to fold this over and burnish it with my bone folder. I think I may actually, let's see how this goes here. I have glue on my fingers. I'm leaving fingerprints, but that's all right. Okay. I find I get a better score if I use my trimmer, but there, I'll just force it into submission, as I said. And just use your bone folder. Really burnish it well. I'm going to do the same on this side. There we go. And then these 2 ends as well. So if you are going to use your score, simply scored, really make sure that you burnish it, that you score it well using your tool, because this is, you know, our window sheet is pretty thick. It's good quality window sheet, and sometimes you have to fight with it a little bit if it's not well scored. I typically do use my trimmer, but I had it out for the other, so there we go. So now I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut out these 4 corners, just like that. And I will have to grab a some alcohol and a microfiber cloth and get all my fingerprints off it because I had glue on my finger. That's all right. It's cleanable. It is window sheet after all. So I can see the glare here is giving me a bit of grief. There we go. So don't forget to say hello if you're just popping in. I'd love to say hi to you. Okay, so there we go. I'm just going to grab my microcloth and a bit of alcohol and give that a little wipe because I do have gluey fingerprints all over it. There. There. And then this is just going to, let me just fold it back up. This is just going to sit right in here like this. And there's your box. So now we're going to do the, there we go. Now we're going to do our little snowmen. So I have 3 pieces of basic white that are 1 inch by 3 1/4. And I have 3 Hershey Nuggets. And I also have a couple of pairs of gloves from, I forget where I got these, probably at the dollar store or maybe Walmart. Usually it's like 99 cents a pair or two pairs for $1.50 or whatever. So I'm going to cut off their little fingers. So I want 2 black ones and a gray one, and then some of them will have 2 gray ones and a black one. So I'm just cutting off their little fingers there. And I'm going to turn these into little winter hats just by folding up the bottom of the little glove. There we go. Aren't they cute? Oh my goodness, I just think they're so stinking cute. So I made these for a family dinner a few years ago, and everybody was like, oh, they're so cute. And I keep forgetting to make them, but they are so stinking cute and they're easy. And then I had lunch with a girlfriend yesterday, and she was talking about getting some stuff ready for a craft show. And I said, oh, you should make these little snowman things. But I couldn't find, if I had done a video like in prior, and I couldn't find one. So I just thought, well, no worries, I'll just redo it. There, so we have our little hats like this. There we go. So 3 little toques. So the next thing I need to do is create our little faces. So I'm going to find a black, I just have a black gel pen. Let me just get the ink rolling there. Oh, and I need an orange marker as well. So let's see, pumpkin pie. So I have my pumpkin pie and I have a black gel pen. So I'm just going to, kind of in the middle, make a little face, but I'm going to do it in the bottom third of the wrapper because you want to be able to put your toque on there. Okay. So down here, we're just going to do 2 little eyeballs and a little nose. And I may have to flip this one over because I didn't leave much room for his mouth. It's been a while since I've made these. There. Isn't that cute? So I might go up a little higher on this one. So 2 eyeballs. And I'm kind of in the middle. And just smile. And then his little nose.
Motion detected at the front door.
Okay, so I'm going to let this dry for half a second. And then I'm going to take my bone folder and I'm just going to give this, I'm going to do it this way so I don't smush his face. I'm just going to give that a little curl like that. The gel pen does take a sec to dry, so you want to be careful with your eyeballs there. And I'm just curling that a little bit. So I've got my nuggets. So I'm going to wrap these little faces around the nuggets like this. So obviously I want the face to be on the front. Like this. And then this would be a good time to use tear and tape. I'm going to grab the tear and tape because I don't want to have to sit here holding it. So I'm going to put it this way in case the eyeballs aren't dry. So I'm just going to take a bit of tear and tape. And I'm going to put it on the back of his little face. Just take my Take a Pic tool.
Detected at the front door.
Oh, sorry, I should have turned that off. I think Georgie just went out. There, so I'm just gonna put this around like this. Like that. Whoop. It's alive. Good Lord. Come here. Okay, let's try that again. So I just want to wrap this around, and then the part that has the tear and tape is going to go onto the back like that. And there we have one little snowman. So tear and tape, here you are. There. So easy. All right, so here we go. Ugh, I put the tear and tape on the wrong side. Lisa. Okay, no problem. Good thing I have lots of tear and tape. There we go. Actually, that probably works better, and then you don't have to fight with it. There we go. And then our third guy. And there's our third guy. So now we're just going to put their little hats on. So cute. Oh, I can't stand it. So cute. All right. Oh, I should have put the black one on the two red ones. We'll have a black hat, and the other guy will have a gray hat. Okay. So stinking cute. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to decorate their little hats. And so I went through all of my um, Christmas embellishments from years gone by, and this is what I found. I have these little snowflakes that I don't know why I never use these. They're so cute. They're like little. Here, I'll just put one on a hat so you can see. But isn't that cute? Super cute. So I might use those. But I also found, oh, I had that upside down. Yikes. I also found, well, I found these giant snowflakes, but they're not going to work. They're huge. You know, they're giant. They're not going to work. And then I found these from a few years ago. Little holly. And that's what I have on these guys. The little holly leaves. Super cute. But also, which are current, and I think we still have them, are these. And that would look super cute too, the little ones on a hat. So let's try this and see. So let's see what that would look like on there. Ah, it's all right. Maybe put two. What do you think? That looks cute. And then what else did I find? Now I forget where these came from, but this was from a few years, like several years ago, and this was before I started putting dates on things. But there's some really cute little snowflakes in there, and also little bows. So those are kind of cute. Great way to use up old embellishments. You know, use them up, get rid of them. Oh my gosh, these are so stinking cute. And as you can see, super simple. All right, so now we can pop them in our box. And they will just sit right in the box like this. There. How stinking cute is that? My gosh, I just love these guys. So that's all there is to it. They're so easy. And now that the weather has cleared up, it was kind of stormy this morning, but it's cleared up a little bit, and I'm almost out of gloves. I need to go and get about 4 more pairs of these so that I can make the rest of my treats for the weekend. But aren't they cute? And they're so simple. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I'm going to keep it short and sweet today, but I will post the dimensions in the description below, and also this will be on my blog. So I hope you give these a try. As I said, they're super simple and super cute. So have a great afternoon.